that I made. Now, while we're at it, I want to talk briefly about some of the advantages of laminated blades. These other blades that I've been sharpening and quite commonly found in the average kitchen are a homogeneous steel blade. In this case, they're stainless steel, but be it carbon steel or stainless steel, the idea here is that this is made all from one solid chunk of steel, and what's on the inside of the blade, on the outside of the blade, and what's on the back of the blade, and the cutting edge of the blade are all have the same properties. They're all one piece of steel. Now, conversely, a laminated blade is like an Oreo cookie, if you will. What's on the outside is not the same as what's on the inside. In the case of this blade and many of the blades that I make, I'm utilizing a high carbon steel core on the inside, surrounded by soft stainless steel on the outside. And the advantages is I can leave the steel on that edge really, really hard. In other words, it has a very high relative Rockwell hardness, which I indicated earlier is directly related to the ability of the edge to take a very keen edge and for it to hold that edge as long as possible as you're cutting the appropriate mediums. And the soft steel on the outside is cushioning the blade and adds to the blade's toughness. Additionally, even though the core in this blade is harder than this soft stainless steel blade here, I claim, and it's commonly believed, that the laminated blades are easier to sharpen. They have a higher level of sharpenability, which is the prime criteria for high quality cutlery. And that is that even though the steel core is harder, in step 4, when you have to grind, when you have to grind the blade thin again so that it'll eventually cut really well, when you have to grind that blade thin again, well, in this case, you're grinding all hardened metal, even though the total hardness of the blade is less than the core of the hardness of the core of the blade of a laminated blade. You have to grind all of that hardened metal away, and hardened metal takes more time to grind away than soft metal. Whereas in the case of a laminated blade, and you're grinding that secondary bevel, well, 80% of what you're grinding is soft metal. And therefore, that whole grinding the blade thin procedure proceeds that much quicker. And that's why we consider the laminated blades to be superior in terms of sharpenability.